unfortunately, we
Order.
have
I
here...
apologise to the member. Your time has
Kia ora.
expired. Order.
Madam Speaker.
I call Rino Tirikatene.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I'm very pleased to have this right of reply in this debate. I want to acknowledge all of the speakers for New Zealand First and the Green Party who will be supporting to this bill, who have indicated their support. I thank them for that. The odds of this bill getting into this House were pretty tough. The odds of it making it to Select Committee were even tougher. So I do acknowledge the support that I've had around the House, as well as the contributions that have been made, the actual thoughtful contributions made on this side, as opposed to the snake oil deceiving type contributions that we've heard from the other side. And I want to pick up on the Honourable Dr Nick Smith, because just because someone says, these provisions don't apply, do not listen to that man. Do not listen to that man. He is a snake oil salesman. He's trying to deceive people. What we are doing here is absolutely required. It's absolutely required. There is a discrepancy. There is a different standard that applies to the Māori seats.
That's right.
What we are doing, and Mr Smith knows this very well, the general seats are entrenched. The machinery that creates the general seats is entrenched. What this bill does is that we are creating the machinery that creates the Māori seats. We're wanting to entrench it too. So do not listen to the absolute false statements that are coming out from that side of the House. He knows very well that he's deceiving the public of New Zealand. But you know why, ma'am? Why he's doing it is because he can't argue against this bill on any other grounds. So he's trying to make up some technicality, some perceived technicalities around the bill. This bill is well researched. We know very well it has academics support. It has had Electoral Commission support. We know what we're doing with this bill. But the other side do not want to address that, ma'am. They do not want to address the discrepancy. They do not want to address the different standards. There is a double standard in the Electoral Act, and we are addressing it. Yes, there are hundreds of provisions in the Electoral Act, and not all of them are entrenched into Section 268. But this bill is elevating the provisions that create the Māori seats and providing them with entrenchment. And that's what we want to do. It's all about equality and equal treatment, and I acknowledge the contributions made from this side.
Yeah.
I do want to just pay some remarks to my whanaunga tūtahaunuku kōrako. At the end of the day, ma'am, your whakapapa is your whakapapa. It's not like we don't say, oh, you're a little bit this or a little bit Ngāti Wheke or a little bit Ngai Tuahuriri. Whakapapa is whakapapa. If you're Māori, you're Māori. And that's why we're here in this House. We are elected by Māori constituents. We are elected by those people to advance Māori kaupapa. And that is exactly what we're doing with this bill. There is a double standard here, and we want to address this through this passage of this legislation. I am very, very humbled and grateful that we do have the support to send this to Select Committee, and then we can take it all the way around the motu. We can take it all the way around the motu. And I want to encourage all Māori, all iwi, hapu, organisations up and down the length of the kapi to come out and present in their support for this bill. Because this is what Parliament is all about. So we are going to take this to the motu. We are going to take this to the motu. And Mr Smith may want to try and quote procedural standing orders and the like. We can move around the standing orders as well, Mr Smith. Yes, we can. So we have achieved, some, against all the odds, we have gotten the bill this far. And who knows where we can go with it. We're going to take it around the country. We're going to listen to Māori up and down the country. And we'll hear other views, I'm sure we will. But we will be ready and we will listen. But at the end of the day, this is about doing something that's right. This is about making sure we have an equal place with our general seats in this Parliament, and I commend it to the House. Kia ora.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those are there to